which I represent today in this session. We are from the Learning Resources Digital Skills and Technology Unit at NSDC. And Digital Skilling Initiative is what we initiated in February last year, sir. Next screen, please. In this particular initiative, as you know, you may be knowing that NSDC is a public-private partnership. We work under the aegis of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. And one of our goals is to bring the private sector involved in the area of skilling in India. And we are made of the capital from the government side as well as the private sector, various clusters. And our key focus areas, in addition to skill financing, is also government scheme implementation as well as enablers for the skilling ecosystem. Next slide, please. Amongst the skilling enablers, today the need of the hour is the digital skilling initiative. NSDC has actually skilled over 2.7 crore people across the last decade, and this is primarily due to our BRIC partnerships. We have a network of 11,000 training centers spread across 600 plus districts in India, and we have our own Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendras. And using that, we have been able to spread and skill 2.7 crore people in India. Next slide. However, the digital skilling is what is recognized as something that can help us expand our speed, our scale, our reach, and make it more accessible. This slide actually quickly just summarizes the key milestones that have been in our journey. And I wish to specifically highlight the yellow column up there on the right, where we initiated in the last year the eSkill India journey, which is explained in this project going forward. Next, please. In this particular journey, sir and madam, when we launched the portal last year, we started with a few thousand skill seekers who were taking benefit of this. And our method was actually an e-learning aggregator portal. NSDC, you may be knowing, works with 37 sector skill councils, right from textile to IT to telecom to electronics, agriculture, apparels, fashion designing, etc., all the fields. So rather than creating digital content ourselves, we started doing capacity building and aggregating the digital skilling providers and opportunities under one roof across all these sectors. We have been able to put together 16.5 lakh minutes of e-content under this e-learning aggregator portal, which is benefiting by now. We have actually crossed 3.5 lakh learners, which is course enrollments on this particular portal. Next, please. The journey that I wish to actually explain to you is that not just through the web portal, but it is available through the Android app, which makes it available while on the move to the skill seekers. Next, please. The idea here behind setting up this digital skilling opportunity is that no doubt there is a changing landscape. The growth of technology is there. Technology has actually impacted the process of education in all of the fields, right from empowering the trainers to the trainees. So we had to leverage it to actually empower our instructor-led BRIC system. NSDC no doubt is able to reach out to crores of learners, but there is a larger audience that needs to be skilled. We have a demographic advantage, but we also have a large responsibility because 15 million Indians enter workforce per annum. And we have also this responsibility, as per the clarion call given by our Honorable Prime Minister, to make India the skill capital of the world. So we have to riding the wave of this demographic advantage and taking benefit of the Digital India program, which has enabled most of the Indians getting connected to the internet and having accessibilities to various digital services. To reap the benefit of this dividend, we need to use technology to actually make skilling opportunities reach far and wide. So that is the absolute purpose behind this. Next, please. Uh, Just to summarize, this is the first of its kind e-skilling platform. Usually, digital skilling methods are ascribed to IT or telecom or white-collar job roles. I would like to take this opportunity, sir and ma'am, to actually highlight that we bring together digital skilling opportunities not just for blue-collared, but also for not just for white-collared, but also for blue-collared workforce. We are focusing on empowering the trainers and making the reach of the trainers and canning their lectures and making that reach far and wide, rather than some people consider digital kind methods of skilling as a replacement of the trainers, which we are not for. And we are actually augmenting the capacity of the trainer, the capacity of the skilling ecosystem in India to reach larger number of learners with limited resources. So we are doing collaboration with various multinational organizations, government and non-government organizations, because that lends us speed and quality. We are trying to bring content from the leaders, the best in class leaders in the specific content and specific domain field, right from the industry sectors that I mentioned to you. We are actually bringing the opportunities under one roof, and we have created technological backbone using which single sign-on we are able to on a fast pace aggregate most of these portals. So single sign-on is a technology by which one doesn't need to code each time one needs to partner with a either aggregator partner. So we have exposed our technological snippets which can be consumed by our partners for faster aggregation, and it is available, as I said, on multiple platforms. Next slide, please. Just to give you a snapshot of how we have progressed over the last few months, this actually shows that we have exceeded almost 2400% since February this year. And actually the COVID time, unfortunately, has also unfortunately led to a lot of uptake traction on this kind of methods of skilling. Next, please. This is a snapshot of the impact. We provide digital skilling 10 languages. So far, there are 810 plus cataloged courses across the various industry sectors. 3.5 lakh enrollments we have crossed. These are the minutes of content that we have. In addition to that, we have 4,500 plus affiliate courses through other affiliates like IBM, Glow and Lovely, and other partners that we have. I'll be showing you the further partners that we have. Go forward, please. This knowledge partnerships that we have are listed here on this slide, right from Sailor Academy, that is a not-for-profit Washington-based philanthropic organization that provides courses which are accredited by Ivy League universities across the world. We are also partnering with back home Amrita University, a leader in skilling. We are partnering with Badwani Foundation. We are strongly focusing on English and employability skills. So we have partnerships with Microsoft, 21cc, Youth for Jobs, Manipal Group, Airtel, LinkedIn, Khan Academy. And with that, we have been able to aggregate all these learning opportunities. Next, please. We have today a countrywide presence in all of the states and union territories. UP and Maharashtra are the leading states, followed by Madhya Pradesh and Bihar. Most of the enrollments are coming from top 10 states. Next, please. And these are the 60% of the enrollments which are coming from IT, ITES, and healthcare and electronics. However, there's a sizable amount, as you can see, that is also coming from other sectors. Next, please. Next. So I wish to take a few minutes to share with you a few partnerships that have actually lent the speed and quality in our spread that has been that has skyrocketed in the last 3 months. We are doing partnerships of these varieties with the private sector, because we understand that centralized government cannot reach the nook and corner, cannot bring all of the content in the centralized manner. So there's content dissemination partnerships. There are partnerships for business focused audience. So we are doing with Britannia women entrepreneurship related partnership. We are doing we are partnering with Airtel and Manipal Group for nano entrepreneurship in the field of digital financial inclusion, sir. and ma'am, and with American India Foundation in the digital employability enhancer. So employability skill, 21st century skills are very important because they are non-replaceable. Trade skills as well as life skills and employability skills is what we focus on. We are doing partnerships, as you saw, for content aggregation, bringing in best in class content, and for with financial providers like Paytm, PayU, etc., for contributions towards the digital mission to make it self-sustainable. Next, please. I'll just browse through these partnerships. This is what I was mentioning to you about Britannia, where earlier this year in March to May, we had actually partnered with Britannia, where 1.5 million lady applicants participated, who nursed the aspiration of starting some entrepreneur, who had an entrepreneurship idea, wanted to start up on their own. So these homepreneurs, actually 10,000 of them, were given the opportunity to get digitally skilled with us. There's a season 2 that we are working on right now with them. Next, please. With Microsoft, we are targeting 1 lakh youth in the country with digital skills that we realize are actually gate skills now for building up any kind of new skills. And in addition, 1 lakh additional women will be skilled on digital skills, primarily to bring them back in the workforce. Next, please. Sir and ma'am, 27% is the female labor force participation in India. And digital inherently provides us the opportunity to break the barriers, to get more women skilled, to make the learning opportunities reach them when they cannot reach specific due to socio-economic and other hindrances. So this helps. This is our another partnership with TCS Ion. With them, we have actually been able to provide the TCS digital classroom to all our training partners 1 year free. When COVID happened, sir and ma'am, our training partners in the BRIC ecosystem also needed support to get going on in a digital manner. And we made a few partnerships quickly, like TCS Ion, like Imparters, like Upgrad, who are some of the edtech companies, to give digitization support to even our BRIC partners. Next, please. And this is our partnership with LinkedIn, where we are getting 140 in-demand tech courses, all free. So actually more than 60% of the courses we've been able to aggregate on eSkill India are all free. But since we also catalyze the private sector, there is a business model for the remaining paid courses also, so that the market is positively catalyzed, and this remains long-term self-sustainable. Next, please. This is our partnership with IBM, where we are providing not just the basic skills to jumpstart the career, but also cybersecurity, blockchain, and the industry 4.0 related skills. And these are all free courses. IBM had brought this to India only in March this year, and we actually launched it in the first 2 months of their launch. Just like Microsoft, their leadership had announced the 75,000 crore package, and within the 1 year, within the first month of their partnership, of their announcement, eSkill India and NSDC were able to partner with Microsoft to launch the digital skills also freely for 1 lakh youth in India. Next, please. With Airtel, as I was mentioning, sir and ma'am, we are trying to enable the rural and the town-based youth to find employment and self-employment opportunities in the financial sector. And for that, we are anchoring in eSkill India digital skilling opportunities and giving them methods to get into the arena of digital financial payments, empowering their local communities by getting onboarded with online payments of bills, e-commerce, etc. And they will be the conduit between Airtel Payments Bank and the local communities around them. Next. Likewise is our partnership with Sahipe, where we have digital skilling. This is actually a snippet of a course on the left-hand side, which has been co-curated with some of our partners. This specifically talks about digital financial literacy and nano entrepreneurship. So skilling, this diagram on the right, sir and ma'am, actually summarizes it. Skilling on eSkill India. Then there are webinars that are conducted to get the students in touch with the opportunities in the sector. They are taught online about the employment opportunities and what it takes to become a nano entrepreneur in this area. And then they are onboarded with the partners. So most of our partnerships are happening workforce oriented, so that there is a clear outcome that comes out of the digital skilling initiatives. Next, please. We have received recognitions from several other ministries who have appreciated the efforts and the actual the catapulting of the digital skilling that has happened in the last 9 months. So I just took the opportunity to share some of the quotes that we received from various union ministers and the Digital India campaigns here on this particular screen. So next, please. As we were suggested also to mention about the journey ahead, with your permission, I wish to list here that the journey ahead is crystal clear for us. We are working towards democratizing the skilling opportunities, just like you and me, sir, consider WhatsApp as a tool on our smartphones or to be able to do communication. It has, the technology has democratized communication to an extent. We are working towards just in time, anytime, anywhere skilling opportunities that are ubiquitous and omnipresent, and democratizing it. For this, we are working with the Ministry of Skill Development to actually bring out a policy framework for blended learning models, which have actually, the need has been precipitated due to the current challenging times. We are working on governance models and ops models for the same. Our
Sorry to
skilling is
interrupt you, ma'am.
yes, please.
You have 2 minutes more.
This is my last slide, sir. I'll just finish in 2 minutes. As I mentioned, this focuses learner-centric skilling, adaptive and flexible, the choices with the learner, what to do, what to learn, and how to make stackable skill sets for himself. We are very much focusing on trainers because we feel empowered trainers can reach using the digital methods far and wide. Vocational education and training, pedagogical aspects are being actually dealt upon. We have released skilling content and instructional pedagogical guidelines for all the stakeholders in the digital skilling arena. As mentioned earlier, we are focusing big time on the women's skilling. The next, we have some partnerships lined up, as I mentioned, with Microsoft, with whom we are planning to skill digitally 1 lakh women in the next 12 months. Along with that, in the next 6 months, we are targeting with Britannia another season of the Startup for Homepreneurs program, and employability and entrepreneurship mindset through B2B partnerships targeting the youth, which is broad based. Yes, next, please. That brings me to the end of this presentation, sir. I thank ma'am and sir, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would request to our jury, please,
Yeah,
if you have any
Preeti.
question.
Yeah, Preeti, you have done a good job, but I just want to get a few clarification. Yeah, basically, your objective is to skill the people for employment, like increase their employability, isn't it? And most of the courses you are talking about are for white collar. You do have some blue collar, you mentioned, but mostly what you outline are for white collar jobs,
Uh,
right?
ma- Ma'am, may I add here?
Yeah.
Ma'am, we don't have. So I started by saying that usually when we talk about digital, people assume that it is only for white collared, because welders, electricians, spinners, weavers, textile industry, we consider that digital skilling is not for them. But what we are doing, ma'am, actually we are the first. That is why we are the pioneers in this field. We are the first who have been able to bring together digital courses on mushroom farming, on organic growing, on bamboo farming, on
Okay.
welding, on
Okay, I get it.
electrician.
I get it.
Yes, ma'am.
But my question was slightly different. I mean, maybe the wording was not right. See, what I want to say is basically uh, in the rural areas, you know, the Rural Development Ministry also has got their NRLM scheme where skilling is done on various aspects of these, the ones you are talking right now, not the white collar, but the, say, mushroom farming, exactly the ones you are talking about, right? So are you partnering with them? Because I could see any mention of them when you said you have got collaboration with so many other partners. I could see any mention of Rural Development Ministry, because I understand they are the big partner, big chunk of training is done for them.
Yes, ma'am, you're absolutely right. The section in the presentation that I was talking about was for private sector partnerships. I had mentioned that we have many government sector partnerships also, public sector partnerships. So we are partnering with DDU GKY is the scheme under
Right.
Ministry of Rural Development, and with NULM, National Urban Livelihood Mission. In fact, most of the, you may have heard about the Skill India portal. They actually work with us for all such skilling activities. The courses that we designed are further taken forward in these
Okay, I get
ministries.
it. I get fine. You do partner with them.
Yes,
So now
yes,
my
ma'am.
next question. No,
Even
no.
states. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I understand. Now my next question is: have you, since employment is the target for this skilling, have you worked out as to, you said 5.3 or 3.5 some lakh people have been trained in the last 1 year. So what is the percentage of people who got employment?
Yeah, ma'am. Across the last
Because
few,
your presentation didn't talk about that.
yes, ma'am. So across the last few years, as NSDC, we have trained 2.7 crore people. 1.86 crore have been placed. In this particular, the last few months that I talked to you, that the enrollments have skyrocketed. These are mostly on stackable skills, ma'am. So for them, specifically for all of the 3.5 lakh, we are not focusing only on employment, because these are just-in-time micro-skilling initiatives that we are doing. What I mentioned in the last slide, if you can do page up once, please. What I mentioned in the last slide, ma'am, we are now mainstreaming this under the government program of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, which will also reach DDU, GKY and NULM, where we are bringing digital skilling component for blended learning, so that under the current challenging times that we are in, this can actually contribute to the quality and outcome and thus placement numbers. But I would like to take this opportunity to tell you that, ma'am, we have indeed done some pilot programs where we have found that having done these digital interventions, the skilling, the employment rate, the placement rate of the students has increased by 20%. Their salaries have increased by 25%. We have done some closed scoped pilots, and that is why we are able to now bring it to the ministry's
Okay,
consideration for the
okay.
government scheme.
Okay, so this all right, fine. This is also good information. Now, while doing that, you are doing scaling and you are having partnership with private entities. So, also for their employment, you are in a good position to leverage your partnership with these organizations who are partnering with you for content development. Also for employability or employment generation, you can talk to them and you can help these trainees or the people who are the learnees into getting jobs there. Are you
Absolutely
working on
right.
that direction also?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
you are in a central position where
Yes.
you are already partnering with the private entities, so they can also generate jobs
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
people they are training.
Yeah, please go to the partnership slide. Yes, ma'am, you're absolutely right. In the partnerships, when I was explaining, I had mentioned to you about Airtel, SahiPay, which just as example, I
Ha,
mentioned that
ha,
we have
ha.
seven. If you see this, we are enabling students by doing digital skilling. We are enabling students to become self-employed part of the workforce into the field of digital financial inclusion. So these are all workforce-oriented skilling, ma'am. We are doing with American Indian Foundation, where they will be given employability skills and they will be placed
Okay,
with
good.
Airtel
I'm
and
done.
yes, ma'am. Okay,
Good.
sorry.
I'm done, Preeti.
I hope I answered. I was very quick.
Yes, you did. You did.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
Yes.
Preeti ma'am, would you like to tell me that except for e-commerce and communication, what other areas where you are trying to focus so that the skilling can enhance further, especially in rural areas?
Sir, as part of the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, as I mentioned, we are trying to mainstream the digital skilling aspect there. However, we want to bring this digital skilling aspect that is not done as a pile on the existing method of training. We are trying to do it in a method which becomes transparent, and it's not an overkill on the current process. So we know that there is still, although I mentioned that there are 630 plus connections, million internet connected people, but there are still areas in our country that are not very well connected. So we are giving blended learning options in various methods. One is the offline method, where our training partners can go through these particular courses by the teacher who actually conducts this in the center by using the projector, using digital methods and multimedia demonstrations. The take home and the tangible takeaways for the students are better. In addition, there are areas which are very well connected where the students can do self-paced, self-led learning. For them, directly B2C kind of interventions are also have been planned. So it is not just, sir, on the communication and electronics field, but I have actually, we have projects running where construction workers, assistant electricians, retail sales associates, then there is, I'm just naming some job roles where we are actually mainstreaming it as a pilot to showcase to the industry. Welding, in these particular job roles, we are using the digital aspects of learning, sir.
Okay, nowadays due to COVID, most of our institutes are closed at present as well. Engineering colleges are closed, polytechnics are closed, small institutes like YWCA, for an example, they give training on beauty related services or tailoring, small jobs. So in that context, how Skill India is going to help these institutes to build up their own capacity so that the things can be done online?
Yes, sir. Thank you for this question, sir. Sir, actually, you're very right. And that is the reason, because of the current challenge, because of the lockdown, all of the centers were closed. 21st September was the notification when the centers actually opened. But as you know, the footfall into the center has still been something that is to be desired for. Plus, with social distancing norms, full packed classrooms may not be possible in near future.
Right.
So, sir, what we have done, as I mentioned, as I stand today, 75% of the content that we have aggregated of the lakhs of minutes that I showed is all free, sir. And we have shared all this freely with all of the states, all of the central ministries who are doing digital skilling. There's a lot of digital skilling done by the textile ministry, METI, which is, you may be knowing, that's obvious they are doing. And there lots of skilling is being done by agriculture ministry. So we have made it all open for them to adopt. Most of the trainers have actually taken the digital skilling overnight, and usually the stance that was taken was, जो क्लास में पढ़ाते थे उसको कल से ऑनलाइन में आ जाइए क्लास में पढ़ने के लिए, जबकि ऑनलाइन pedagogy is very different. For that, the classroom has to be structured in a different manner. Clear, tangible takeaways have to be planned. So I'm very happy to share with all of you that in the last 6 to 8 months, ma'am and sir, we have actually done online empowerment of the trainers. So trainers are going to be our engines who have actually been trained on the online pedagogical aspects of digital skilling sector wise. So if it is a certain NSQF level, National Skill Qualification Framework level that they are training, how should the approach to training be? What should be the digital pedagogy for welders as compared to a medical sales representative, as compared to a banana farmer, and as compared to a cyber security? So we have been able to actually cover 40,000 online learners, which is primarily center staff, trainers who have been taken through this process, in addition to handling their socio-emotional learning aspects, sir. All that was done digitally.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would request to Swachh Ramagundam, Municipal Corporation, P. Uday Kumar, sir.